Okay, for 481, they want us to solve 4 systems of equations. So let's start with A, right? So we have negative 2x plus 3y equals 1. And we have 2x plus 6y equals 2, right? And if we add those two, we get negative 2 and positive 2 is 0. 3 and 6 is 9y. Equals 1 and 2 is 3, right? We added the two equations, right? So divide by 9, so we get y equals 3/9, or y equals 1/3. Then we need to substitute into one of the equations. I'm going to substitute into this one, only because there's no negatives, right? But any would be fine. So we get 2x plus 6 times y, which is 1/3, equals 2. 2x plus 2 equals 2. 2x equals 0, right? Subtract 2 from both sides, and then divide by 2 on both sides, so x equals 0. And, of course, we write the answer as an ordered pair, 0, 1/3. Okay, let's do B. Let me make some space. So for B, we have y equals 1/3, right, equals 1/3 x plus 4, and x equals negative 3y. So this one kind of jumps out at me. For substitution, I'm going to take the x value and I'm going to put it in right there for x, right? So the top equation now becomes y equals 1/3, and instead of x, I'm going to write negative 3y plus 4, right? We took this top equation and we substituted in negative 3y for x. So I get y equals negative 1y, or negative y plus 4. We add y to both sides, right? So I get 2y equals 4. And divide by 2, so I get y equals 2. Now, clearly this one, I'm going to go into this equation, right? Because it's already solved for x for me. So I get x equals negative 3 times y, which is 2. X equals negative 6. And we write it as an ordered pair, negative 6, 2. Okay, let's do C now. Let me make some space. C, we have 3x minus y equals 7, and y equals 3x minus 2. Okay, I'm going to use substitution. I'm going to take the 3x minus 2, and I'm going to put it in for y. So this top equation becomes 3x minus all of this, 3x minus 2, equals 7. We substituted in 3x minus 2 for y. So now we distribute that negative sign, right? We distribute that in. We get minus 3x plus 2 equals 7. So now we get 3x minus 3x is 0. So I get 2 equals 7. And when does 2 equal 7? It never does. So there's no solution to this system, right? Now, if it said why isn't there a solution, then you would say the lines are parallel. But if it just says solve, then you write no solution. Okay, and D, let's make some space here. So here's D. So we have x plus 2y equals 1, and 3x plus 5y equals 8. Okay, we could do this a couple ways. We could solve the top one for x. We could multiply the top by negative 3, which I'm going to do. I'm going to multiply the top equation by negative 3 so that we get negative 3x and it'll cancel. So I get negative 3x, this is the top equation, times negative 3, minus 6y equals negative 3. And then the bottom equation, 3x plus 5y equals 8. So there's our new system after we multiply. Now we can add. So negative 3 and 3 is 0. Negative 6 and 5 is negative 1y. And negative 3 and 8 equals 5. So we get y equals negative 5 for this one. Then we have to substitute in. I'm going to substitute into this original because it looks the most simple. So I get x plus 2y, 2 times negative 5, equals 1. X minus 10 equals 1. X equals 11. So as an ordered pair, this is 11, negative 5.